Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today's video is going to be a little different. Things are going to get raw and things are going to get very, very blatantly real. That's why not safe for work tag attached to this video. So let's just get right into it. We've got quite a bit to cover. Top 5 biggest mistakes that preppers make. Usually, these are in no particular order, except for number 1. Number 1 is absolutely number 1. So let's start out with number 5. Okay, so you've got a great bug out location. It's well isolated. It's far away from prying eyes. You can get to it relatively quickly if things go sideways. You've got it well stocked with water, MREs, ammunition, guns for hunting, all sorts of other gear and supplies. Maybe you were even intelligent enough to invest in some decent but inexpensive night vision gear. Fantastic. Chances are there's one thing that's missing. If you have prepped and you have small children, and you've got small children going with you to the bug out location, do you have toys for them to play with? Chances are you don't. And if things are really bad, yeah, you can forget about any electronic forms of fun or entertainment that maybe they've gotten a little too used to enjoying. Maybe you had to leave their favorite toy behind. Okay, have fun dealing with a screaming child on the way to your bug out location. One way to avoid this is to stock your location with at least some toys. And if you have a small child, maybe yours, maybe the child of a family member or close friend, find out what that child's favorite toy is and make sure you have a duplicate over at the bug out location. Trying to calm a screaming child, especially one screaming at you as you're trying to concentrate on the road and get to safety, yeah, you don't need that. So make sure that if there are children in your group, that you have toys and games for them to play with. And quite frankly, it's not just children, even adults. I mean, imagine getting to your bug out location, having to spend an extended amount of time there. Okay, great. You've got plenty of food, you've got plenty of water, you've stockpiled it well, and now you're going to be horribly bored out of your freaking mind. So what do? Well, okay, if you're there with your wife or your girlfriend, boredom is going to get relieved. Yeah, we know how boredom is going to get relieved. You need entertainment, non-electrical forms of entertainment. And you have to take into account the group dynamic. I mean, if you're a hardcore bookworm and you've stocked your bug out location with tons of books, and I don't mean technical manuals, novels, short stories, all sorts of books that will keep you happily contented and entertained. Well, is everyone in your group a bookworm? Probably not. So you do have to take their needs for fun and relaxation into account as well. Don't ignore that. Otherwise, tensions are going to grow, they're going to build. I mean, it's just not going to be a good thing for the group dynamic at all, or for the family dynamic if you're just bugging out with family members. Number 2, openly talking about your preps to those outside your group. Why would you do that? That is just fucking stupid. It is. I'm sorry. I get it. People like to show off, they like to brag, and sometimes they brag about the stupidest damn shit. Honestly, unless you're a millionaire and your preps are going to be enough to take care of the entire surrounding community, when things go belly up, don't talk about your preps to anyone. And here's the thing, if you have a spouse who likes to chat and gossip, sit them down. Don't treat them like a child, but explain to them, hey, this is important. You can talk about anything. You can gossip about anything. If you want to tell your friends about whatever, I don't care, but don't talk about our preps. Don't talk to them about it. Because when things really get bad, you know what they're going to think? They're going to think, oh, the Johnson family has tons of supplies. We're going to go over there. I'm sure they'll share. Yeah, I think you can figure out what's going to happen when people get desperate. Here's the thing. Human beings are disgustingly predictable. When things are going well, yeah, let's share, let's have a good time. When they're not, sometimes people get violent when they've missed a few meals. Don't talk about your fucking preps. All right. Number 3, not having valuable members in your group. Now, I get it. You're going to have family members. Maybe they're not the best human beings. Maybe they don't have the greatest skills in the world. Okay. If you have elderly family members, I'm sure they have wisdom to impart. If you have family members with no skills but they're younger, well, hopefully their bodies are healthy and they can do tons of manual labor. But you have to have individuals in your group who are valuable. Gardening, farming, I mean, that's not something you can just pick up. That's something that takes tons of experience and years to pull off. You're not going to just plant some seeds, toss some water on it, take a squat and fertilize it with your own shit and expect to grow a ton of food. That's just not happening. You need people in your group who know how to garden for food. And if you have a farmer in your group, even better. Even better. Same thing with hunting. I'm sorry, but you can't just pick up a bolt-action rifle, toss on any old scope, go out into the woods wearing some camouflage gear and expect to take down deer at an alarming rate. With no experience or hardly any experience, Because guess what? You're going to be coming back with nothing. Literally nothing. So you need people in your group who have valuable skills. You need that. Now, unfortunately, it's also a balancing act, because if you have someone in your group who's a doctor, but he's a miserable piece of shit excuse for a human being, you're going to get really fed up with him really quickly, and you're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, get out. That's just how it is. So it's a balancing act. You could have the world's greatest doctor in your group. If he's a miserable fucking prick, how long are you going to tolerate his ass? So, yeah, when you're putting together a group that consists of more than just family members, look for individuals who will mesh well with other personalities in your group and who have something substantial to offer. Farming, gardening experience, hunting experience, skills as a doctor, that sort of thing. Look for that. That's important. Next one, number 4. When you accidentally alienate the surrounding community by isolating yourselves from them. Do not think of your Bugout location or your retreat as an isolated castle, and everyone outside of that castle is a dirty fucking peasant that's not going to get any help from you at all. No. Because if something does happen, and after a while when people are losing weight and they're walking around practically starving, and they see you in the woods or in the community centers in the center of town, you're walking around and it looks like you're pretty healthy. It looks like you haven't missed any meals, and you've isolated yourself from the community. They're going to remember that. It's like, hey, I'm starving, so are my kids, and this guy's walking around, he's trading for items, he's still got that fat gut that he did a few months back. This motherfucker has supplies. I think I'm going to follow him. I think I'm going to talk to a few of my friends and the other members of the community, all of us starving, and this piece of shit is walking around well-fed and not sharing anything. Remember, guys, human beings are disgustingly predictable. When people are starving and you have plenty to eat, it doesn't register with them that you prepared, that's your food, that's your water, those are your supplies. Oh no. They see it as, I'm starving, so are my kids. This jackass has food, he's got supplies, and he's not sharing? Oh, hell no. Yeah, and especially if you're dealing with community members whom you have isolated yourself from and they have kids. Yeah, that's not going to work. They're going to come for your stuff, and they're not going to give a damn that it's yours and you paid for it with your hard-earned money. They're not going to care. They're just going to care about their starving kids. That's the way it is. You can't isolate yourself from the community that surrounds you. You have to become a member of that community. Are you Christian? Is there one centralized church? You need to go join it. And even though it is technically a sin to be generous out in public where everyone can see you being generous in order to build up your ego? Yeah, you need to be generous out in public. You need to have community members see you being generous, donating food, donating all sorts of things long before the brown stuff hits the fan. You need to be out there. You need to present yourself as a member of the community, especially if you moved into the community a few years ago as a stranger. Do not isolate yourself from the community. Be generous before the shit has hit the fan. And they will look at you as a member of the community instead of that asshole outsider who came in and has been secretive all these years. Don't isolate yourself from the community. And finally, number one, and this is number one, and it's something that pisses me off because people who prep just refuse to accept reality. Here's the thing. If you have a couple of hunting rifles or maybe a long barrel shotgun for turkey hunting, you don't have enough, okay? Let me tell you something. If you or a spouse or a family member you greatly respect is afraid of guns, and maybe they just tolerate your guns when you go out hunting for food and that sort of thing, guess what? Your guns used for gathering food are not going to be enough when people come to raid your retreat or your Bugout location. It's not going to be enough. Even if you are a member of the community and they love you because you've been generous with them during the good times, there might still be a group of people who will come after you, or maybe a group of outsiders, raiders. Yep, that's going to become a problem. That's going to become an issue. If you're one of these preppers who's like, I don't like guns. I don't like violence. I'm just going to put out good vibes, good thoughts, and I'm going to pray for safety. Yeah, here's the thing. God helps those who help themselves. You could put out all the good vibes in the world, not going to save you. If you're not willing to use guns, if you don't have guns that are designed specifically for self-defense against people, you're going to be screwed. That's just the way it is. You need to get over your damn fear of guns. Or, I don't like guns. Okay, you know what? I don't like my 2 fucking full-time jobs that I have to work. I still show up to work. I still earn my paycheck. Do I like it? Fuck no. I got over it. You need to get over it. Harsh fact of reality. If you have supplies and there's a group of individuals who don't, and they don't see you as one of them, they're going to come for your supplies. And if you have no way of defending those supplies, they're going to take them from you, all of them. Have fun starving because you couldn't get over your fear of guns. Have fun watching your wife or daughter get raped in front of you because, I don't like guns. I really don't want to deal with them. Well, guess what? You're not going to have to deal with anything when those armed bandits or raiders show up and take what's yours. Great job. You did all that prepping so they could have food, so they could just come and take it from you. Great job. Honestly, get over your damn fear of guns. Get over your damn reservations about having to physically defend yourself with violence. Because if you can't get over it, you might as well not even bother prepping, because you're going to be prepping for the people who are violent and are happy to take what you have through violence and the use of guns. And I don't mean those made for sporting purposes or hunting. No. Get over your damn fear of guns. Otherwise, don't even fucking bother prepping. That's it for today, guys. Please stay safe out there. Yeah, things got a bit raw. That's just the way it is sometimes. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.